Today we're here with a housing resource fair. We're guiding them through services like work order reform, which allows them to actually place any outstanding repair tickets that they may have with New York City Housing Authority, plan them out with a planner who's here today. We're also helping people who are seeking housing or who may have fell through the cracks during the pandemic when the court systems were not taking people in person. And so now they're here with various problems, including problems where they want to turn in rent and things like that.
We're in the midst of a million crises here in the city. We have a COVID pandemic, we have the highest eviction rates, and community events like this help us to really highlight what exists in your own community so that you don't have to leave and travel to get services that you desperately are in need of.
The housing is basically always a crisis in New York. There's just not enough apartments, not enough affordable apartments for the people who live in New York. But right now, especially with the COVID being over, right, the courts are reopening, things are moving again, evictions are happening. There's a desperate, desperate need for housing, for affordable housing, and for people to be protected in the homes that they already have. Because frankly, right now, when somebody gets evicted, there isn't anywhere for them to go.
The more education is out in the community and the more people are informed about what their rights are, the lower number of eviction cases are being presented.
We know from our housing work and being out here today that sometimes when a case gets to court, it's already too late. But there's so many opportunities earlier on to be able to respond to the human needs, to the arrears, to the issues that are coming up, and provide that justice before you need to go to a court.
It's a particularly persistent issue here in East Harlem because of all the NYCHA developments that are really, really in need of repair. And the Harlem Community Justice Center has created a nexus for us to connect with those folks in a place that, is officially the court and allows us to meet with them in a space that they're used to coming to, right? It's where you come to when you need a housing solution, right? But I mean, also you think about like the convenience, people with disabilities, people with mobility issues. We've had clients who came to the Housing Community Justice Center because they were physically able to when they could not have made it to the downtown court. There are about 1,000 reasons why it's super important to have a justice center that's in the community, that's in the neighborhood. One of the huge ones, right, is justice looks differently when it comes from a different place, right? If you can go to your local court and have a judge who knows the neighborhood and who understands the issues in the neighborhood, you get different outcomes, and I think you get fairer outcomes.
For the immediate community, it's really a vital resource, and they go beyond that, right? It's not just housing, it's really interacting and interfacing with families in need of employment, families that may need access to mental health. We have a huge gun violence problem here in East Harlem, and that's something that through the youth programming we've been able to help address. These resources, they're life-changing.